Very tired. I'm exhausted.
I cried on the way to work today because I'm feeling emo.
Me too.
Karina asked me what's wrong and I was like, I'm just a woman.
It's just a stupid woman. No, that's not the tea about women. Women are smart, intellectual, powerful beings.
We're so strong.
We're so capable of so much. Sometimes we have periods though. And that changes everything.
It's kind of funny. It's like we all work together and like it's just nature's doing its thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Love nature.
Anywho, sorry, Chris. Welcome to... Are we bite size now? I'm still confused about the name of the podcast.
Knobs Pod.
Welcome to Knobs Pod / bite size / the most epic podcast in the world.
Bite size, bullshit, business strategy.
We are just following on from that last week's episode where we talked a little bit about allergies and kind of just also we were attempting not to say like. So
yeah. I wish you hadn't reminded me because now I'm going to be extra thinking about what I'm saying.
No, I have to remind you so that we never do it again.
But then the thing is, in the last episode, I was very hyper conscious of it and I was trying not to say it and I thought I wasn't saying it, and then when I watched it back, I was still saying it.
Same. What can you do?
Just I need to work on my vocabulary.
Me too. I need to do that Wordle.
Oh yeah. Remember that?
We've been learning words.
Yes. Every time I learn a new word in the office, I write it down. Couple of words I've learned recently. Extrapolate.
Extrapolate.
I still can't really use it in a sentence properly, but I do know what it means. And what's the other word that I learned? Oh, a ream.
A ream?
Mm-hmm. And not the Joey Essex type of ream. Like a ream of paper. So you know how you get like a pack of paper and it comes with however many, maybe like 200 in it or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a ream. A ream of paper.
I bet like all the like corporate girlies know that and they're like, the
Pair of Idiots podcast.
I think this episode was actually more helpful than we realised. I think a lot of people are really scared of allergies and it's not their fault that they're not educated on it. There's just not like that much info out there.
I didn't know anything about it until I started working here, so I can't blame anyone else for not knowing either.
Same. Well, just like stuff that you taught me, but I was kind of arrogant and just didn't listen because I was like, what's the worst that could happen?
That's all about education and understanding like the consequences of these things. And it's not just a case of itchy fingers. It can actually have an impact on your life. But I think we wanted to cover how to sort of take preventative measures to potentially help avoid these situations today.
Okay, so I'll just like go for the questions with you again. The number one question would probably be, how do we prevent allergies from happening in the first place?
So in the last episode, we talked about the reasons why they happen in the first place. So if you are aware of that, you can take steps to make sure that you're preventing that from happening. So undercured monomer was like kind of the biggest one, wasn't it? So if you're making sure that you're having a lamp that can cure your gels in the first place, then that's going to help with that situation. If you've got a lamp that cures the gels, then the gel won't be wet on the nail plate for prolonged periods of time. As well as that, making sure that you're not applying product too thick on the nails. Because even if you have the correct lamp to cure your products, if you've applied it too thick, it still won't cure. We're quite big talking about cure thickness at Nail Order. It's not something I see a lot of brands doing, but I would like to see a lot more brands doing. So we have like approximate cure thicknesses for each product that as we sell. So gel polish, for example, is, well, you did training actually recently, so see if you can remember.
Oh, God.
Gel polish.
Something like 0.2.
0.1.
0.1.
Flexi gel.
0.4.
0.3.
0.3. Oh.
Angel. Boulder gel.
1.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Center gel.
6. 0.6.
Mm-hmm.
And then Duragel's 1.6. 1.4. have it all down in my notes.
Duragel, I think, is 2.
2?
I think it's double the thickness of Angel. But I'll
Maybe
fact check
like
that.
1.9 or something then.
Yeah.
Rather than 1.6, probably.
Yeah, so basically the way that Becca gets these measurements is she's like a wee chemist. She's got a drawdown bar, and she learned this from when we went to our lab. And that will give you like it has like measurements on each side. It's a very hard thing to explain. I feel like we should maybe do a video of her doing it or something.
Actually that probably
people would like to see that.
Explain. Yeah.
And then you just like sort of smear it on the drawdown card, and it's like half black and half white. And then you cure it, and then you kind of peel it back and see if it's wet underneath. But that's just our sort of in-house test. Before that, the chemist obviously has his own like special test that he does. So that's what she does, just to make sure that everything's at the thickness it should be. Because if she gets a product back and applies it at the thickness that we're recommending it and it's not curing, then she'll have to send it back and say like, we need to work on that. So yeah, a bit off topic.
I don't think so, because like a lot of people go into it thinking, oh, I can just apply this. Like I apply gel polish, or like people that aren't qualified in hard gel. It's becoming very, very popular just now.
Mm-hmm.
They're going straight in from doing something like builder gel, where it's literally half the amount that you need.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, I guess it's better to do too little than too much.
Yeah, I would always err on the side of caution for sure. When you're working with gel polish, work in very, very thin layers. I know that our gel polish is super creamy and super pigmented, and it is very easy to pack it on there accidentally, but just make sure you're wiping off the excess of the brush and working really thin layers. Even if you need to do 2 coats or 3 coats, like have a thin layer, because you're going to make sure it cures properly, and it's going to prevent like wrinkling and all that, and it'll look so much more seamless as well on the nails if you work in really thin layers.
I know, I was going to say it's like one of the top retention problems I see, people just applying things too thickly.
Yeah, and making sure that you're, you know, tidying up round the side as well and getting it really neat, because what you don't want is putting product on that's too thick and then it starts running into the side walls, and then you've got gel all over the skin.
There's gel everywhere.
Because that's the main preventative throughout the whole thing, is making sure that you're not getting gel touching the skin at any point during the service. And obviously accidents happen. We live in a real world. We don't live in an ideal world where everything's perfect all the time. But make sure you're wiping it off before you cure it if you do that.
Yeah, this isn't like to scare you guys. If you get a bit of gel on yourself, like the likelihood of you developing an allergy for it being on your skin for like less than a minute is...
Yeah. It's not like the chances of you developing an allergy there and then because of that thing is probably quite low, but you don't want to be doing that anyway, just in case, because the risk is still there.
Yeah.
So yeah, another preventative is correct prep work, making sure that you're not, oh, that fruit fly is like right up at you. Get in the trap.
Chris is like, I don't know why there's fruit flies here, and then the desk is covered in chocolate.
I know, it's all his. He's got crumbs all over it. Yeah, so making sure that your prep work is good, and you're not over filing the nail plate, because if you're over filing the nail plate, or if the nail plate is damaged, or maybe you've got a client that instead of booking a removal has decided that they want to peel off their gel enhancements, and then say, oh yeah, they just all fell off overnight, but they've got like shred marks all over their nails. You need to be really cautious putting gel product on top of those types of nails, because then what you've got is skin. Like, and as we've discussed, the gel is a skin sensitizer, so it's not going on nail anymore if the nail's like filed and like overfiled and damaged. So good education, especially with e-files, because I know e-files get a really bad rep, but it's not the e-file that's the problem, it's how the e-file is used.
It's you.
Guns don't kill people. People with guns do. It's the same thing with e-files. Like, e-files don't damage nails. Nail techs that don't know how to use e-files damage nails.
Oh, God. having damaged nails is one of the problems that we talk about a lot with like non-standard salons. It's kind of what makes them unsafe. So just in general, it's like a good rule of thumb not to just like be very careful with how much you're filing a nail, like just in general.
Yeah,
Never mind about allergies.
Probably heard of the Ring of Fire. Like, that's got like damaging the nails, getting into that intermediate layer, and then you're putting gel product on top of that. It's going to just seep in and get into the bloodstream and open yourself up. It's going to do that.
That was so Scottish of you.
I need to remember that not everyone understands my accent and speak a little bit more proper.
I'll give a tip for preventing allergies.
Oh, will you? Okay.
Because I actually know this one.
Oh.
And it's to always use PPE.
Ah, yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Because why would you be like going in there with your raw hands, like bare hands, like
raw dogging it?
Wear gloves.
Because I know for a fact when I do a set of nails, I get gel on the gloves.
Yeah, same.
Like, because it's on sometimes the lid by accident, or maybe you've, I don't know, like touched the hand before it goes into the lamp.
Yeah.
So
I'm
just protect
still
yourself.
completely learning, so I'm a messy.
There's just gel everywhere.
There's gel everywhere.
It's all over our face.
It's a hazardous zone.
Becca always says, what was I going to say there? Just completely lost my train of thought.
One eternity later.
Becca says.
Oh yeah, it's occupational. The allergies comes from like occupational use mostly. So you'll find more nail techs develop allergies than their clients do because they're more exposed to the products.
Overexposed. I'd even recommend double gloving if you have skin sensitivities already, or I know that there are some nail techs who might have a hem allergy, and they double glove, and it's still okay for them to do their job. So it does work as a preventative measure. Yeah,
just making sure that if you do even get a bit on the glove, just change them out.
Yeah,
swap them, and that's why our gloves are great because they're so cheap. We know that you're going to go through loads of them. You're probably going to be double gloving. Just buy them cheap.
Buy them cheap. Obviously, like, don't buy them too cheap where they're like ripping.
Yeah.
Rubbish. But ours are really good. Go and check out.
You get
Chris's
1,000
video.
for 35 quid, is it?
Yeah.
So that works out like it's stupid, like £3.50 a box or something for a pack of 100 gloves.
See how strong they are. Go and watch Chris's video. He tries to rip through the glove. It's very entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people double glove, and I think that's very sensible. Also, my hairdresser said something to me because we were talking about nails, and she said to me, someone told me that if you walk into a nail salon and they're wearing masks, walk straight back out again.
What?
And I thought, who the hell told you that? Because
that's so random.
I would absolutely recommend that you wear a mask during a nail service.
I think that's quite a controversial topic. I see lots of people like arguing about that on TikTok.
Why?
Some people think that it would. So obviously, like, there's people that are wearing masks for like different reasons. So like they might be wearing it because they don't want to like inhale fumes. Maybe they're doing something like acrylic, or it could be that they don't want like the dust to get in their lungs, which is both valid.
Yeah, but it's two very valid reasons to wear a mask, I would say.
But there's some people on TikTok that are arguing that if you wear it, it actually makes it worse because your like mask is hoarding all that. I think I keep whacking the mic. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be like dump, dump. You're like all that dust is just sitting in your mask.
Yeah, but you would have an extractor fan that is going to be pulling the dust. It's just for the any excess particles in the air. Because think about it, if you're doing filing all day, a dust extractor's not going to get all of that.
Yeah.
So anything in the air you want to protect your mouth from with a mask, and you would be again like the gloves switching it out.
Yeah, we'll clip this bit on TikTok and watch everyone come for you. Like, that's not safe.
I mean, okay, I could be wrong, but I would wear a mask if I was doing nails all day.
Me too.
And in fact, if someone said like, "Oh, don't go to her, she wears a mask," that must mean something bad. Like how does it mean
so
something
random.
bad?
I don't get it at all. If I seen someone wearing a mask and gloves, I'd be like, "Wow, safety queen." I'm going there.
It's chemicals. Like, why wouldn't you want to prevent?
I only want to go to nail techs that like to inhale the fumes.
It's such a random thing to say, isn't it? I was just sat there like, what?
Very random.
Isn't it? So yeah, making sure that you've got protective gear on can also prevent allergies, because when you're removing product, that is still gel product. You don't want it in your skin, and you don't want it in your lungs either. You don't want it inside your body. So definitely protect yourself by any means necessary.
Okay, how about so you've taken all these measures, and then your
Yeah, I mean,
client,
to be fair, there's so many more, but that is probably like some of the main ones.
yeah, well, we could go on for ages, but
Yeah.
we've already been talking about it for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
What to do then if your client then comes back with an allergy?
Okay. There's two scenarios. So your clients came back with an allergy. Scenario 1, you've done everything right. You've wore all the protective gear. You've definitely not got any gel on the skin. You've used the gel the correct way and the correct application method. You've prepped the nails perfectly. You've not done any overfiling, and you've used the correct lamp to cure it. And they still come back and they're getting itchiness, redness, onycholysis, all the typical signs of an allergy. What do? Well, you're a nail tech. You're not a doctor. So all you can really do is refer them to the GP, because what's happened there is their body's taken an adverse reaction to a foreign substance on their body. And that can happen to anyone at any time for any reason, even simply just by overexposure. Like, their body doesn't agree with it. Some people get piercings and their body rejects it. Like I was saying in the last episode, I just randomly developed hay fever a couple of years ago, and I never ever had allergies or anything like that.
Yeah,
So
it's like my mum. She's allergic to plasters now, which is just something that just happened to her. She not actually happened to her, I think, after she had a surgery. So all sorts of different things can give you allergies.
we noticed a massive spike in allergies after COVID as well, because that weakened people's immune systems.
Yeah. Also,
So-
it could happen to someone that's never had their nails done before, because they don't know that they've got like a hem allergy, acrylic allergy.
They could have developed an acrylate allergy from adhesives in the past and not really known about it, and then came to you for their nails and took a reaction, but they were already predisposed to that adverse reaction because of their previous history.
Yeah. I think like I keep saying like I think if you've taken all of the precautions, it's not something that you need to feel bad about or scared about. And I think people panic because they're like, no, I've given someone an allergy. It's not necessarily that you've given someone an allergy. They just have an allergy.
They have taken an allergic reaction. It's an adverse bodily response to something that, like I said, if you've done everything right, you couldn't have done anything differently to prevent it in the first place anyway. So don't feel bad. Just have the education and the understanding to know what's going on, so that you can explain that to the client and then give them the correct information, which is, it looks like typical signs of an allergic reaction. You'll need to go to your GP just for further confirmation. However, what I see a lot of the time is people so incredibly scared of allergies
I was just about to say this.
that they post things on like the forums or the messages, and they're saying, you know, like, I think my client's taking a reaction and I'm really, really scared. I don't know what to do. And then I'll ask for a picture and they've got onycholysis in one finger.
Yeah.
And the chances of that being a reaction is so incredibly unlikely. They've probably bashed their nail and they've got a bit of lifting, and all you need to do is just let it grow out.
So I see stuff like that all the time. And I think
greenies. People always get confused about greenies as
Yeah.
well, thinking that that's a reaction.
Am I right in saying that it's more likely to be an allergy when those symptoms present themselves like together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you have onycholysis on one finger, it's most likely trauma. If you have onycholysis on all of the fingers, something else is happening there. Again, it's not all adverse reactions are allergic reactions, which is why you can't then just go and diagnose and be like, yeah, it's an allergy. Like, that's you, gubbed.
Yeah.
You need to go to the doctors and get someone, or a dermatologist, to say that to you.
That's something we tell people to do in our training as well, is to make sure that you remember that you're not a doctor.
Yeah.
Go and refer them to the right person so they can get help.
You do have training to be able to spot contraindications. You would know how to spot a greenie. You would know how to spot onycholysis. And you would know for onycholysis the treatment would be keep the nails cut short, keep them well oiled, and once they've grown back out, we can go back to the treatment again.
Yeah.
But if they're presenting some type of infection, like thickening of the hyponychium, that can usually indicate that the skin is trying to create a barrier to protect the nail from whatever is causing an infection. That's when you take a step back and you let the medical professionals deal with it.
Did we talk about in the last episode? I've lost my train of thought. Do you think there's
There was 2 scenarios though. That's what I was getting at.
Oh,
So the first scenario was that your client's came back with a reaction and you've done everything right.
Oh.
All you can do is refer them to the doctor. Yeah. Second scenario, your client comes back with a reaction and you're troubleshooting with us about all your prep steps and you've done everything wrong. Like you've went and overfilled the nail plate, the client's got a ring of fire, it's all red, you've put the gel product on top, the gel's seeping into the nail plate, you're using a
sliced open all our cuticles.
I was going to say a different type of lamp.
Controversial.
The chances are that you perhaps could have caused that to happen, but that's why we're here to educate you, so that you know that these are all the reasons why it can happen, and you can take these preventative measures so that you have the confidence to say, I done everything right, it's not my fault, this person's body is just taking a reaction. And if you do feel like you've caused it because you've done something wrong, don't beat yourself up about it, don't feel bad about it, just do better is what I would say.
Here's a question for you. If I have a client that has an allergic reaction, can I just use -4 product and everything will be okay?
Taking a reaction to what? So did your client get testing?
I don't know.
Well, usually the answer is no. And then they just want to try a -4 product because they think that that's going to solve all their issues.
Yeah. Well,
But it's not.
that is actually a really good point. Like, has your client got tested? Because we have a lot of people that come to us as well saying, my client's allergic to X, Y, and Z. And it's like, how do you know this, number one? Like, has it been like verified? Can you do a patch test? Like, how serious is it? So it is kind of difficult to like guide people on that kind of aspect of it. But
Or the one we get a lot is, my client's got a HEMA allergy. My first question is this a diagnosed HEMA allergy, or are you suspecting that it's a HEMA allergy because they've taken a reaction to gel nail products before? And like 9 times out of 10, it's just a suspicion.
I guess a better way to phrase the question is like, is it safe to use -4?
No gel product is safe. We're dealing with chemicals on people's bodies. So it's not about there being safe products, it's about there being safe practice, in my opinion. And this is why we dropped the word hypoallergenic.
Yeah.
And this is why we don't use the word safe to describe our products, because it's not safe if you're using it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You can have the safest formula in the world, but if it gets into the hands of someone that's not using it correctly, if they've had bad training or poor education, it's no longer safe. So you can't really call it safe. And there's this misconception with the word hypoallergenic. Again, why we dropped it. We have never marketed it as a safer alternative, but other people do. And it creates this false narrative that the products can then no longer cause allergic reactions, which again isn't true, because even if it is -4, you can still have a reaction to that. So we're trying our best just to educate people and make sure that these misconceptions are squashed.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that I think are a bit confused, but maybe they'll listen to the podcast and educate themselves a little bit.
A -4 product is good for clients that have a diagnosed HEMA allergy, or a diagnosed HPMA allergy, or a diagnosed IBOA allergy, or a diagnosed dihema allergy, because that product doesn't contain any of those ingredients. And that's why we chose -4, because it's so to the point and there's no really any room for misunderstanding. It's -4 of these chemicals. and that's all you need to know. So theoretically, if you're allergic to one of those chemicals, you could patch test that product on yourself. Just do a wee layer of it and see how you react. All good, then do a full service on yourself or your client. But again, with the patch testing, like we said in the last episode, check with your insurance. I think that is the safest way to do it. If it's a diagnosed allergy and you've got a product that on the SDS says it doesn't contain that product they're allergic to, before just going straight in with the whole lot, I would do it on one finger, which essentially is a patch test. So I think that's the most responsible way to do it. But as I said, check with your insurance.
Yeah, I think that's really helpful. I think that we have summed everything up, really. We are a bit scatterbrained at the moment, so we were meant to put in questions from you guys on the Facebook page, which we only done this morning.
Yeah, oops. There's a lot been going on.
But we would still be happy to make a video on it. So if you would like us to cover any like specific thing about allergies or just maybe any other like general nil concerns that you're struggling with, we are happy to do an episode on that. So head over to the Facebook page.
We could do we could do a part 3, which is just questions and answers. I can maybe put up something on the Instagram or something like that. And see if we get any more questions. I feel like people do have a lot of questions about this because I know they do because they always ask us on the lives and things. But I don't know if anyone really watches this podcast, so maybe they don't know the answers.
People do watch this podcast.
Please watch it. And who are you going to share it with?
I need to think of a really good one this time.
I think you should share it with the drug dealers on Schedule 1.
Cancelled. I think that you should share this with a pastor.
A deacon.
Imam.
Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified when we next upload.
And tune in later today if you're watching on Wednesday, because we are... Well, not you. I'll be live on a Wednesday and we have a special offer on our moon drops.
Yeah, and leave a comment if you have any questions for us. And also wish us well because we're very sad.
See you in the next one. Bye.
Oh, I was giving small dog energy there.